the best way you can avoid people from spending the block when you become successful, when you start leveling up in your life, is by not going back to those old environments. Because most of the time, when you go back to those old environments, it just slows you down. Because you're now moving at a different vibration. You're now moving with a different mentality. You're now moving with a different type of discipline. You're now moving with a different type of crowd of people. And you go back to certain old environments where those people just haven't changed. And it's not necessarily mean that they're bad people. It's just that you're going on two different directions in life. But when you go back to those same environments, most of the time they're gonna want you to do the same shit that you was doing before. So if you go back to those old nightclubs, you go back to that strip club, you go back to that spot, you go back to the environment that wasn't getting you success, the people don't come back and be like, oh, you're back, great, let me take some notes, what'd you learn, who'd you meet, this and that. A lot of times they just want you to do the shit that they doing. So it's not always the people who spin a block. It's just that sometimes we spin the block first. We go back and put ourselves in these situations. So try to stay away from that if the best you can. I'm not saying you don't have to go back to your old hometown, or you can't hang out with your old friends that you grew up with. But I'm saying that if the environment is not good for you, don't go back. Just keep moving, keep going forward, keep leveling up. All right. And the reason I'm preaching this is because usually growth requires new environments anyway. You got to be in new rooms with new people, with new ideas for you to keep leveling up and getting a better lifestyle, right? So if you are in a new environment and they're like, yo, I read this book and it's an author or book of something you never heard of, you're like, okay, that's new information that you wouldn't have got back hanging out with the homies in the weed spot, but this dude over here is a successful business person, or this person has a certain type of career or status, and they're giving you game. You would have never got that game hanging out with certain people. They're still arguing about Jordan and LeBron, and this dude's talking about real estate, stocks, and investments. It's two different conversations in two different environments. So new environments is just going to help you grow faster and better. All right. Another thing, why you definitely should avoid people when they spin a block is because they really didn't miss you. They just missed the benefits. They just missed the resources you had. I've had situations in my life where I had people I was helping out financially, helping out with money, giving them advice, giving them game. And I was always one of the people in my family that people were going to reach out to. And I was always going to call them back, always going to hit them back up, message, text, whatever. Yo, let me put you onto this, let me put you onto that. And what ended up happening is when I started having fallout to certain people, when I stopped giving them the benefits and stopped giving them the resources, then all of a sudden they had this different type of weird energy. Like I had a situation where somebody reached out to me, was looking for some help because they were having issues with their car insurance and money and this and that. And I'm like, all right, I'll see what I can do to help you out. And I was just busy doing other shit. So like a couple of days go by, and next thing you know, they're blowing up on Facebook, talking all this shit. And I'm just like, I'm busy. I got my own problems too. Like I can't solve your car insurance issue, for you. But I was just going to give you some advice. But I got my own things going on. And so I realized at that point in time, like that person just wanted my resources. They just wanted me to give them the money to pay it off, and then they could just go the next month or 2 months or whatever. They really didn't care about what I had going on. Didn't even ask about what I had going on. Yo, man, I heard you for a couple of days. You all right? You good? It was just like, oh man, they just went on a whole rant about how I fronted on them. So that's something that you're going to learn too when people try to spin a block, is how they really didn't miss you. They really weren't rocking with you. They just wanted the benefits and resources that you were giving them. So be careful who you give your time and your money to. All right. Next thing, clarity. When people spend a block and they come back around your lifestyle and they come back around and see what you got going on, a lot of times they come with distractions. They're going to cloud your judgment. They're going to cloud your decisions. Most people are distractions. Whatever goal you got, whatever 5-year, 10-year plan you got going on, this person has a completely different plan, or sometimes they don't even have a plan. So they're just going to be a distraction. Yo, let's go to the nightclub. Oh, let's go to a strip club. Oh, let's go to the spot. Let's watch the game. Let's do this or do that. And it's good to catch up with some people sometimes, but if that's what they're doing all the time and you have a goal like, man, I got this job I really don't like, but I'm trying to build this business, then what's the point of you hanging out with this person who wants to drink and chase broads every Friday and Saturday night? You're trying to build a business, he trying to chase broads. That don't make sense. You're trying to get to the money, you're trying to get to the M's, he trying to chase some broads and some drama, right? So that's going to be a distraction. So when people spin a block, a lot of times they don't really come with, hey man, I got this great information, I got this great idea. A lot of times they just come back with distractions. They're just a walking distraction, walking, talking, breathing distraction. And you got to eliminate some distractions. And I say this too. Sometimes there are people, places, and their things, right? Now, this distraction could be a pretty woman. It could be a beautiful woman. It could be an ex. They're coming back with some drama. They're coming back with some issues that you have already leveled up past. But here they are back again, spinning the block, trying to come in your life, asking you questions, trying to get something from you. Bro, don't do it. Have clarity. These people are distractions. These places are distractions. These things are distractions, right? And the last reason why you should avoid people who spin a block is because you got to protect your future. You got to protect your future, bro. And I put it like this. Most people, in my opinion, don't have future plans. And you're like, no, that's crazy. No, it's very true. Most people don't. Most people do not have a plan on who they want to do, or not who they want to become in the next year, 5 year, 10 years. Most people are just kind of winging it. They're just going through the motions week to week, paycheck to paycheck, month to month, because most people are in struggle mode. And I've been in struggle mode. Most people are in struggle mode. It is what it is. But some people just never get out the cycle. And so they don't have a plan for the future. They don't have a 1 year plan, 3 year plan, 10 year plan, nothing. So when they come around you and they see that you got some things going on, they're not offering any, advice. They're not offering any type of game plan. They're just coming around just to be around you because you leveled up and you become successful or you figured some things out. So you got to protect your future. People will sabotage your situation. I've seen people, right? I'll give you some. I've seen people like go out and celebrate a birthday. And then you got the one person who's trying to crash out. And it's like, yo, we were here celebrating a birthday. Now this dude is over here starting an argument with this other group or wilding out. It's like, why? What's the point of this? Like, all the attention is now on this person who's crashing out and wilding out because he don't give a fuck about his future. So now he or she is ready to crash out. That's going to affect your future because if something pops off, now you get caught up in the middle. Now what happens? You lose your job or you get arrested or you go to jail because this person wanted to crash out. It doesn't make sense. Most people do not have future plans. And if you got plans to become successful, bro, you got to watch out for these people. Don't let these people come back in your spot and sabotage your situation. All right? So keep a level head. Keep believing in yourself because I believe in you. All right? That's the message for today, man. It's your guy, L Train. Stay creative. Stay dangerous. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.